dedicated to adventure, one dedicated to all aspects of hiking. Join me as I progress through achieving the Impossible Possibles project, which shares many Australian and New Zealand iconic walking tracks, hikes and summits. And as an older hiker, you'll see how I just go about my planning and the structure of my hikes and the bigger adventures, how I go about it all a little bit differently to many hikers. If you're interested in, let's see, day hiking, multi-day hiking, multi-week hiking, long distance hiking, in-depth hike planning and goal setting.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground.
We're just seeing the most incredible wilderness type places in Australia and New Zealand with all of their phenomenal walking tracks. Are you curious how to progress from a day hiker to a multi-day hiker? Well, you'll see some of that information in upcoming videos. We all love delving into hiking gear, hiking clothes and shoes, and I'm also thinking perhaps you might have yet to summit any Australian peaks or New Zealand peaks, or you might be at the other end of the spectrum, have a heap that you've had the pleasure of experiencing right from the tippy top. Well, you'll see a lot of those here too, so you'll be able to see the summits and the walking tracks in all different weather conditions and enjoy the view from the top just like I do. As a solo hiker, I'd love to do an episode on hiking solo but doing it really safely. If that's something that you'd like some more information on, then drop a little note in the comment section and I can get busy planning that episode for you, because I think education-wise, hiker etiquette is a really good subject to chat through. Perhaps you're interested in understanding more about an adventurer's mindset. You know, anyone who's super passionate, super focused and determined and you know, finds joy in the training, whether you're a hiker or whether you're an athlete of a different type, I think our brains, they just work a bit differently. So you might be interested in learning more about that. Hiker's nutrition. I know now that I'm an older hiker, I need to pay very, very careful attention to that. I've always been interested in nutrition, and so I'm definitely applying what I know to hiking, especially with long distance hikes and multi-day hikes. So the phrase that you might have heard, leave no trace principles. It doesn't matter where we hike, anywhere in the world. I think that's something that we all need to be very, very careful that we are adopting. So it's something I'm really passionate about and would love to share what I've learned. See lots of fabulous remote area hiking locations, all the iconic tracks. If you're thinking in Tasmania, anything around Cradle Mountain and the Overland Track and the Duquesne Range and Lake St Clair, Frenchman's Cap, Western Arthurs, Mount Anne Circuit, Three Capes Track, some lesser known ones as well, like the King William Range. If you are in Western Australia, wow, I spent a fabulous 4 months hiking there, and I hiked everything I could get my hands on, whether it was a day hike or multi-day hikes. I worked out how to achieve multi-day hikes from a day hiking perspective and spent quite a bit of time on the Pavilion Track too. South Australian hikes like the Hyson Trail and lots of coastal stuff there, and also in Victoria I love so much hiking there. Wilson's Prom, Otway Range. Oh, we go on forever. And New South Wales, Kosciuszko National Park, ACT, and of course my home state of Queensland. So if you're interested in hiking in any of those areas or interested in a particular hike, then let me know and I can cover that for you, because I have got so many hikes documented on my iPhone, which brings me to how interested I am in iPhone photography, smartphone photography, interested in documentary style films. So there's going to be a lot in the episodes on this channel. Very importantly though, being an older hiker, I really want to dial down more on how we look after our bodies when we're on trail, how we plan for our massive hiking adventures with our fitness training, and who we get to help us. So there'll be a lot of content on that, and I've learned a lot from others. Have you ever been in a situation where you're needing to manage a fairly serious health problem? Or are you recovering from, or have you recovered from injuries, whether you've sustained them on hiking trails or whether they've happened in another area of your life? There's a lot of things that I've learned along the way. I've definitely been there, done that countless times, learned a lot. Not perfect, but I'm continuing to learn with a lot of support around me. Or maybe you're at that stage in your life where it's no longer possible for you to hike. And I know I was in that situation for years, and I know how much joy I was able to extract from watching everything I could lay my hands on YouTube, and it just helped me tremendously. So if you want to see all the beautiful wilderness locations and all the different weather conditions and the beautiful sunrises and sunsets and wild camping sites under the stars, you're going to see it on this channel. So I'm hoping you'll find a lot of it helpful. I'm hoping that you'll see my journey reflects my positive personality. However, there are times where things get in the way, and so you're going to see all the warts and all type version as well. If you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Jenny, and for 50 incredible years so far, I've had the most marvellous time adventuring everywhere throughout Australia and New Zealand. I've done a lot of bushwalking, done a heap of hiking, absolutely adore alpine hiking and summiting all of the mountains that I can get my hands on. I've spent a lot of time in the water too as an open sea kayaker in the past, and when I was a child I spent a lot of time in my parents' cruiser on the South Australian Ocean, as they taught me how to swim safely and work out the behaviour, the safe behaviour of swimming with beautiful butterfly stingrays, seals, sharks, which I love, and whales, which was an amazing childhood. In fact, you know, I have so much to be thankful for. My parents were exceptional parents. They based their entire parenting philosophy around the core values of adventure, and wow, the confidence that gave me in it, and they taught me so many skills that I've been able to transfer into my current lifestyle. On this channel, you'll see how I do things a little bit differently to achieve my adventure goals. You know, and I hope to uplift and show everyone what's possible, and I really hope that you enjoy my channel. So let's all join together and start watching a life dedicated to adventure. Bye for now.